Okay, so this is it's a tutorial that combines several filters to achieve the look of light rays. This is what we'll be ending up doing, and I'm going to hide all of these, and you'll see that we've got the bottom one has got the ray of light, and there's obviously filters and polar coordinates on there, and then there's a little shadow. You just see it. See in the middle, you can see that white shadow. And then we have another ray of light. That's a shadow underneath. We could probably skip that one. The next one is another copy that says ray of light, and it's got an effect on it, outer glow. And then just to finish it off, we've got that nice blue hue and saturation. So with that in mind, I'll put this away. Get yourself, before you do this, we will make sure that you reset the colors to their defaults, and just press the D. There you go, D key, D for default. And then we're going to exchange them so that you click on the X, or you can click on here too. That switches them around. But I'm going to go X on my keyboard. And so now we've got white is the foreground color, black is the background color. Okay, with that in mind, we're going to get a new file, and I'm going to recommend that you make it 800 by 300, 72 pixels, RGB color and background color, which is going to be black, and then OK. Something like that. Okay. So what we'll do, we're going to type in, click on type. I'm going to leave it at Arial. 48 is fine. White, good. Click. And I'm going to type in ray of light. And what I'll do is just a little effect. I'll make that slightly smaller font. Okie-dokie. And I'm going to move that with Move Tool, and I'll show you how to center it vertically and horizontally, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so what you do is select the entire canvas, which is Control A, or select all, Control A, got it all, see your marching ants, and then you're going to go to Layer, Align to Selection, and we're going to choose vertical centers the first time, and then horizontal centers the second time. Vertical centers, so it goes in vertically, layer, align, horizontally, and bingo, it is perfectly centered. So now you're going to do Control D to deselect, get rid of those annoying marching ants. Now what we're going to do is we want a copy. We're going to merge this down, and we want a copy on top as well. So I will suggest that you do Control J to create a duplicate. Okay, you've got layer 1, and then we'll click on this one that says ray of light below it, and what we're going to do is merge that so that it merges into the background, and then you'll see the text actually appearing on the background, and then you'll have another layer with just the text on above it. So we go, remember we're on ray of light, layer, merge down, not visible, that's all of them, just merge down, or Control E. Okay, now we've got, there's your ray of light. You can just see it. See, it's got white text, and then we've also got the white text and the black background below it. Alrighty, so I'm going to turn off that top layer. Don't want that top layer. Make sure that you're working on the background. And then we're going to do polar coordinates and wind filters to create the rays. First, choose Filter, Distort, Polar Coordinates, and that we want to apply it this time with polar to rectangular. Okay, so far so good. And then the wind filter only works horizontally, so we're going to rotate the canvas 90 degrees clockwise. So you go to Image, Rotate 90 clockwise, and then once that's up, you can put in Filter, Stylize, and then Wind. Okay, we are going to choose from the right. We'll actually do twice from the right, twice from the left, and then once more from the right. So click on from the right, wind, OK. Now you could do that again, or you could apply Control F to do it again. It goes in twice, right? Now we're going to do twice from the left. Filter, stylize, wind, from the left, OK, and then Control F to apply that same filter, and then we want the last filter to be stylize, wind, this time back to the first one from the right, and that makes it look really big. Ooh, there we are. Okay, so let us just rotate this, get it back to a recognizable state. So you go to Image, Rotate Canvas 90, this time counterclockwise, and what you'll do now is Filter, Distort, Polar Coordinates, and this time we're going to do rectangular to polar. You can see it in there. Alrighty, now what we've got underneath is those rays of light. Okay, the filter and the stylized wind, we've got the polar coordinates, and then on top of that we have another layer that has our text on it. Doesn't it? It does. That woman's voice. Okay, make your type layer the active layer. Okay, exchange foreground and background colors, X, or click on the little arrow there, switch. So now black is the foreground color and white is background. Fill the foreground color to change the color of the type, because we can't see it right now. So a quick way to do that is Alt and then hold down the backspace, not delete. Make sure it's backspace. Alt, backspace, ta-da. Kidoki. So we are now going to duplicate this text. So Control J, there's your other one. And what we'll do is add a subtle outer glow to the type layer, the bottom type layer, that one there. So what you'll do is, to get all of the options, you go up to Layer and then Layer Style, and then you want Outer Glow, and up comes. If you just double click over here, I'll cancel. Double click. You don't get all of the options for Outer Glow. Not quite all of them come in. Oh, actually they did, didn't they? Huh. If in doubt, go up to Layer, Layer Style, Outer Glow. So, blend mode is screen. Opacity, change the default to 40. Noise is 0. Color is going to be white. I click in this little box here to activate. And you can kind of scroll up here for the white, or you can just type in if. There we are. That's all F's and then OK. Make sure you get the exact shade of white. Technique is softer. Spread is 0. Size is going to be 20 pixels. Contour is linear. Make sure that anti-alias is on, so you want that checked. Range is 60 and jitter is 0. When you have that, click OK. Alrighty, there we are. Now, we are going to add an artificial light source at the center of the rays. And I'll pull up this one so that you can see it. I think it was that one, huh? No, that was it. I'll delete all of these off. There, can you see? That's the size of the elliptical shape you're going to draw, and then you're going to put a fuzzy effect on it. So that's how big we're looking for. I'll put this away. And it goes right in the middle. I missed some of them. There we are. So to do this, we are going to click on background layer. We're going to add a new layer. Here's new layer. Okay. We are going to right click layer properties, and we're going to call this text. No, we're not. We're going to call this light. Okay. So with that done, Now what you'll do is you will take the elliptical marquee tool, there it is, and you're going to draw an ellipse anywhere in the canvas, doesn't matter, I'm going to put it roughly where it should be, and it's going to be approximately 65 pixels wide and 15 pixels tall. How big is that? Well, it's roughly that. It fills that center bit. You see where the rays meet, and then there's a sort of a space in the middle. We're going to fill it in. So fill the selection with the background color, which should be white. Let's check. Yes, it is. And to fill it, you do either edit fill, and then background color, or you can just go, can you remember? Control backspace. So control backspace fills it with white. And then we can control D to deselect. We don't need that selected anymore. Okay, and you can see it just fills in that blank in the middle there. Now we're going to make a nice blurry effect on that center bit. So you go filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We're going to have a radius of 5, which I've already been practicing. Okie dokie. And then just to give it a subtle effect, change the opacity to 75. There we go. Not much of a difference, but less is more. Okay, we are going to center all of this. So I'm going to do Control A to get everything. Okay, and then you go same as you did before, layer, align to selection, vertical centers, and then layer, align to selection, horizontal centers. And now it's perfectly aligned. Control D to deselect. Okie cookie. Now we get that nice blue style. Select the topmost layer. Okay, we are going now to give a new fill adjustment layer at the bottom here. So I just had a little interruption. That was Keith Mouse wandering through. We are going to now add that nice blue effect. So we've got our fill adjustment, and then you go to hue saturation. Make sure that you click on colorize. And basically, you don't have to choose these. I'm going for blue, but if you want a different hue, go for that as well. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use hue is 210, saturation is 100. There you go. Nice and spiffy. I've just had a thought. How about if we put a nice bevel on that? What does that look like? Yeah, I think I like that better. What do you think? Okay, this is it. This is it. 3 of these to do. Change the colors, all that good stuff. Okie dokie.